When was the last time you were triggered? What happened? Think about it. Put that event in your head. Yesterday, day before, now you have that event. I'm going to make an assumption that one, the trigger was somebody said something or did something. There was some emotion involved, and it probably had a negative connotation. That's how many people interpret triggers. But is that what triggers really are? We're going to do a series, and we're going to take a look at triggers, what they mean for you as a leader, and how you can help control those triggers so that way you can be a more positive leader, much more effective, and love what you do. When I said trigger, what comes to mind as a definition? What is your definition? If you go to the dictionary is going to tell us that a trigger is any event that starts something, causes something to start. If your trigger was an emotion one, where someone made you angry or some kind of emotion, or made you happy, there was something that happened that made you change your emotions. Another definition by Marshall Goldsmith in his book Triggers, he calls it any stimulus that has that causes you to change your thoughts or actions. Any stimulus that causes you to change your thoughts or actions. Now, when I asked you about that time you were triggered, you probably went back and thought a little bit. I'm going to bet within the last hour to two, you were probably triggered on something. There was some stimulus that changed your thoughts or actions. Let's say you drove into work this morning, and on your way in, you were listening to the radio or a podcast, that then, once you parked your car, you started looking something up. You said, oh, I want to remember that. Maybe I made a note. Or I want to listen to the other podcast or look at that book. So you look something up. A stimulus that changed your thoughts or actions. That's a trigger. That, what you listened to, caused you to change what you were doing. Positive? Sure. Maybe you were walking into the building. As you're walking into the building, you see someone carrying a Starbucks, and then you remember, oh yeah, there's a Starbucks around the corner. You went and got a Starbucks before you walked in. A stimulus that changed your thoughts or actions. An event that caused some kind of event to start. Fits the definition. We are triggered all day long, all the time. And when you think about triggers, let's think about, we're going to explore these in a series of videos, and we're going to think about direct stimulus. When you thought about being triggered, it was probably direct and it was probably emotional. There's indirect, things that are not emotional. There's also structure around us, and there's also the environment. What is the environment doing to you to cause triggers to make you do something? This is going to be very interesting to work with. Hopefully, this video has triggered for you to look at the next video and see how triggers can affect you as a leader so you can love what you do.